Morning, Connor. Morning, Construct. I should say the reason actually for this stream, the daily encounter happening at all, is because I was sitting here one morning and going like, editing streams are boring. You know, it'd be more interesting. And here we are. One crazy idea after another. I still edit a lot. I just figure that this might be a better use of time on stream. Oh yeah. Ideas beget new problems. No question. I don't have easy answers to that. However, I will say the one benefit to me editing off stream is that it's a little bit easier for me to batch the work, which I was avoiding doing. And so there's less like I'm trying to edit a whole bunch at once, rather than anyway. So. We owe an encounter. So this will be the first. So I'm trying 2 new things today. One, we have tables to roll on, or we have a massive, technically D200 list to roll on, but we'll use just one of them, I think. This is, let's see, so we started on, how's this angle? Not too bad. Trying to find this is the second change. It's trying to find an angle that doesn't totally, where I won't totally block the camera when I write. So we'll see. We'll see how that holds up. It might be difficult to read. So we've done the 26th through yesterday. Not always on the day, or strictly speaking, ever on the day. But hey, that's okay. So 10-3 on a Friday. What does a Friday encounter feel like? So what I created are some tables we can roll on. So this is a D100 prompt table. And I've got front and back. Since I've never used either of them before properly, we'll just start with the front. I might also roll one for the back. Mini Boss Friday. That's possible. Oh, you know, D100, I got to roll it a certain way. So, okay, a 7, and a 9, a 79. 79, the prompt is carried away. Do I do the back also? No, I don't think I do. I don't have enough room for that many ideas. So we'll just do one table, one of the prompt tables. We'll do the back tomorrow. All right. So carried away. That that brings to mind certainly treasure, loot. Loot gets carried away. It also brings to mind, for whatever reason, a a giant carrying the party away. Large aerial animal carrying away someone. I could get behind that, I think. Oh yeah, Crane, that's great. All your hairs everywhere. Everywhere. All right, so maybe it's some sort of a, let's see, we could roll on creature. I feel like it's more interesting, though. It might be more interesting. Well, maybe both. Thinking about what you can be carried away by. An aerial encounter where the players are held off by the claws of some giant bird. Yeah, I was thinking that the source of the carry, right? If it's a member of the party or the entire party, but if it's different sources that are carrying them away, but also why. I think those are the two things that I want to play with. So let's see. Yeah, that's not too bad. That angle won't be too bad. Not having a soul. True. So all of a sudden, the party is carried away by a large bird, a giant, some sort of like a whirlwind. Like I'm thinking of some kind of like an elemental force or like a weather kind of based force, and maybe whirlwind. It's like, is it a tornado? Is it a maybe, or you know? What else could carry you away? You could certainly be carried away by some sort of teleportation magic, or a some sort of spirit could carry you away. The same sort of spirit that I don't have for being left-handed. I like spirits. A large bird is number 1. A giant number 2. Whirlwind 3. 4 spirits. Maybe we can get to maybe we get to 6. Spirits is specific. I'm also thinking like an unseen force could be interesting. Need one more. Something mechanical, like protruding, like mechanical arms, like coming from the sky. How about just mech arms? Save myself some space. But why? I think we have enough room for D6 or maybe even D8 reasons why, depending on what we choose. Certainly to be eaten, right? So like somebody's hungry. Could be carried away because they're needed. Maybe like a you know, someone needs their help, or a brand new quest. Like Zordon. Yes. Thank you for the deep cut. 8-year-old me dressed as the Red Ranger thanks you. Also, I think 9-year-old and probably 10-year-old me all dressed as the Red Ranger. Even though I think probably even then I thought the Green Ranger was way cooler. And then the white, but is it, maybe it's as simple as the something like the wizard commands it. Red Ranger was the leader, but the Green Ranger was like the best antagonist I think that, well, the show that I watched ever had. Like all of the Rita Repulsa on the moon and Zed and all that stuff, that was always interesting, but the idea of a better construct, yes, mistaken identity. Say the wizard's command. It's true. Dragon Sword was so cool. Why are they carried away? Someone's hungry. They're needed. Mistaken identity. The wizard's command. What if it's moving them to safety? Or like away from danger, moving them like it's something is saving them. Am I right? Is this angle kind of hard to read? The why we have number 1, someone's hungry. 2, they're needed. 3, actually, probably helps if I do this. So we're looking for a fifth reason. Oh, it's on sacred ground. Yeah, definitely safety. Hey, King, welcome back. I've got just a little bit of room for 2 quick. I think we could do a D8 reasons why. So to catch you up, King, this encounter is called Where Are You Taking Us? All of a sudden, the party is carried away by, so then we have a D6. Number 1 is a large bird. Number 2, they're carried away by a giant. Number 3, it's a whirlwind. Number 4, spirits. Number 5, an unseen force. And number 6, mech arms, mechanical arms. So we're working on the reasons why. Number 1 would be someone's hungry. Classic. Number 2, the party's needed. Number 3, mistaken identity. Wrong place, wrong time, maybe. Number 4, the wizard's command. Number 5 would be they were on sacred ground. And number 6, to be moved out of harm's way. But I've got this sneaky little gap here. No, you're good, King. Everybody else got an update that way too. What other reasons might... Well, we have something's hungry is fairly negative. They're needed could be positive. Mistaken identity could go either way. The wizard's command is probably bad. On sacred ground could be good. Out of harm's way is probably good. Yeah, being summoned. Well, I'm trying to think. I think that probably to balance it out, these last 2 should probably be negative reasons. They should probably be like, uh-oh type reasons. So, like, so I like this one, actually. 7 is revenge. Eight is interesting if it was like royal decree. Like, what on earth? That is quite a bit different than the other things. I mean, it could be negative, right? Almost like they're, being arrested or jailed or something like that. I'm tempted by that. Let's see if we can think of anything else first. Hostage situation. Yeah, like it's almost not even about the party. They're being used as a means to an end. Kavanex. Mobile chat. Sacrifices for a ritual. That's probably a nice and clean, simple to be sacrificed. I like that. That's a good 8. Thanks, Kava. Just have to squeeze squeeze it in there. To be sacrificed. All right, so let's try some of these out. So this is exciting. This is a D6 and a D8 that we fit. That's rare. That doesn't happen. That doesn't just happen. Let's see. So, got a 5 and a 2. So that means that the party is carried away by an unseen force because they are needed. So this is like straight up. That could be anything. That could be like being called to another plane. That could be a Feywild, like Wizard of Oz type of deal. That could be the king. That could be we need extra forces. You know, only these people have faced this enemy before. That could be really interesting. 6 and a 6. Carried away by mechanical arms to bring them out of harm's way. So they could have stumbled onto, you know, some sort of like construct elephant graveyard, and maybe they were about to be attacked, and like the security system for some artificer pulls them out of the way, and they might still be stuck for a period of time because it's not like he checks his traps all that often. But it at least, you know, from his perspective, it's like, hey, yeah, that might have hurt. But what could have happened would have been worse, and you would have probably damaged my constructs in the meantime. Two on the first, 5 on the second. Okay, so whisked away, carried away by a giant because they are on sacred grounds. So kind of similar from the mechanical perspective, except that, you know, sacred like giant grounds of some sort. So maybe it's it could be for protection or it could be for harm. You know, maybe there's a kindly giant stepping in to protect them from a worse fate. Either way, you find yourself in the middle of some complex situation. See ya, King. Five and 3. I'm gonna reroll 5. No, yeah, we already did 5. Let's do 3 and 3. Whisked away by a whirlwind. This is interesting. Whisked away by a whirlwind, and the reason is mistaken identity. So that to me suggests that some elemental sorcerer set a trap. And that trap was for Insect Keeper. Yeah, Sentient Whirlwind. It could be. Maybe there's an actual mind behind it. I was thinking it would be some sort of a trap that was triggered. Maybe it's been long dormant. Like sometimes, you know, you think about when our parties are traveling, especially if it's by foot. Let's say they're going through an area where it's like nobody has ever walked that specific path for ages, and they happen to go across it, and it triggers, and it's like it just so, you know, that not so much that nobody has walked across that patch of earth, but the trap was set for like 3 or 4 adventurers, like matching their general physical description, and it's been sitting there waiting. It's like a what do they call it in the spell? It's like a warded trap, you know, like an old dusty ward. That'd be funny. I'm not sure that any combinations are left. Let's see. 4 and 4. Okay. Carried away by spirits based on the wizard's command. So straight necromancer situation. That wizard could want any manner of good or bad things. I like it. It's the spell profiling. The get off my land spell. Yeah, something like that. Cool. See, these streams are gonna throw off all of Jesse's stats because that's right. Yeah, you got your bird. You got a bird. Actually, I feel bad we didn't roll one for the bird. Let's say one is set, and let's roll a reason because we really didn't get 6. I already rolled a 6. Give me something else. A 2. Okay. All of a sudden, the party is carried away by a large, menacing bird because they are needed. So now we're talking some sort of intelligent talking bird, bringing them back to their nest to fix some horrible giant bird problem. Just makes me think of bird person. Heck yeah. Hey, if you're a low-level party, this is back to the Lord of the Rings inspiration. If you're a low-level party and you can get access early on to a kind, helpful bird, forget teleportation. I mean, don't. Eventually, you'll want to learn stuff like that. But you can get anywhere you need to go. Show up the hobbits and all that. Cool. Well, I don't have a way of tracking this because every day is sort of its own thing, but this is technically 2 days in a row. See how long we can keep this going. The idea here is to stop off at some point every day. Morning tends to work best for me, but I'm sure I'll be doing some lunchtime sessions here and there. Trying to think, like, I don't think we've done enough yet to be like doing a specific type of encounter. I think we've got a lot of variety. So we did a door encounter. We did a trap. The pit of sludge is sort of a trap. We did a weird like NPC encounter on day 3. Day 4 was stumbling upon something in the woods. Day 5 was a boss encounter. Day 6 was an inn, like a weird, quiet inn. Stumbling across something in the forest was that one, and now this one is kind of a mini boss. Friday, you're probably fighting something in these different situations, so kind of, I guess, travel oriented, maybe going through the forest, traveling, things like that. So I don't know whether these will start to bucket into, like, I could see this becoming maybe a separate side table to say, like, okay, are we going to do a character? Are we going to do, treasure, a trap, a dungeon, or something like that? Interesting ways to make, travel seems like it's usually interruptions, which could also be, like, troublesome for travel, right? 'Cause it's like you're trying to get someplace anyway, so does it just make it take longer, and are players likely to engage if it is an interruption? But it feels like most of the interesting travel encounters are like, sorry, this just got more complicated. So, cool. Thanks everybody for the help. Construct, Cabinex, I know King took off, but Insect, thanks for the cool ideas. And I'm starting to feel more comfortable figuring out some techniques for navigating these. For me, is an insane limitation of 5 lines to describe an encounter, but I'm liking it. So, see you later, Construct. Everybody else, I'll be on definitely this afternoon doing some other type of D&D work. We shall see. Yeah, you too. Catch you guys in a bit. Insect, I'll be on probably in 5 or 6 hours. I'll be on this afternoon, and then again tonight. Today's probably going to be a 3-stream day. There should be a link to the Discord popping up in chat. If you are not a member, that's where I always post before I go live. Hopefully I'll have a consistent schedule before long here too. I know, Consta, I know. Feel like it's on YouTube to figure that one out though. Till then. Anyway. All right, see you guys.